All right, I'm Pat.
I'm Jeffrey. We're talking about two new house guests.
Got two new
Uh,
kittens today.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. And are they? What do they look like?
they're gray.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
yeah, gray, stripy, tabby, fluffy kittens. Yeah. So we'll see, man. See how it goes.
I'm very much looking forward to it. I may have to pay you a surprise inspection this week.
We'll see how they. We have to introduce them to our older, quote, older cat because Lolo's only 8. It's like middle-aged cat. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah. So, but we'll see, man. I don't know.
Oh no, no. I got to see this. I didn't visit yours enough last time around, so
Oh
it's
yeah,
kind of a sad situation.
that's
We'll take a look at these little boogers. But I mean, that's
they
that's
are little
that's
boogers, man.
that's sort
They're
of
tiny. They're like this big, like softball size.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and that's sort of how they get used to their spot, right? Is they have to get used to a certain area, kind of. Well, actually, not all of them. Some of them will start bouncing around right away, and other ones will just need to get used to a spot and then kind of spread out a little bit over time. Yeah,
Well, apparently they told my wife today that there's this like 3-3-3 rule.
yeah.
So it's like 3 weeks or 3 days in a confined space, and then 3 weeks in a bigger space, and then 3 months to introduce them to another cat. So, I mean, as soon as my older cat figures out that they're down there,
Yeah,
she's gonna be at the door every fucking day.
right,
It's just like,
right.
what the fuck is going on back there?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. But I think they're small enough where my older cat won't immediately murder them
I say like
because
I
they are
wouldn't.
small. I was kind of surprised how small.
I don't know if I'd permit like unsupervised visits, but
Oh yeah, no man.
yeah,
The older cat is like fucking defensive. She'll attack
yeah,
deer in my backyard.
yeah.
So yeah, kind of worried about that. We'll see.
I don't know. I don't
I don't
know.
know, man.
Their personalities are impossible to predict sometimes, man. It's bizarre.
Well, regardless, we're a 3 cat household now.
Yeah, so your daughter must have been,
She was stoked,
yeah,
man. Yeah.
yeah. She must have been thrilled. How about your wife? She been waiting to get new cats too, or no?
She was actually the one who pushed it.
Really?
So she
Yeah.
was like, "Yeah, no, we got a lot of house. Let's get some more kittens." So
You really do.
we have a lot of house.
You have a ton of house, and you're not you're not you're not my brother. Where I think here's the thing is I think so. My brother is the kind of humans that like Agent Smith is talking about in the Matrix, where um,
Deja vu.
no,
Oh yeah,
when he talks
this
about
is Sue.
how certain uh, all other animals just sort of naturally form an equilibrium with their
Yeah,
environment. Um,
I'm cool with it. Yeah, I smell like new cats.
whereas, my brother's plot is acquire a new home, um, fill it with stuff, impetus to acquire a new home, fill it with stuff, right? So when he talks, because I would say that you and I, generally speaking, uh, we do find that equilibrium where it's like, all right, if I have more house than I have things, I will distribute the things to the house. So,
See, I'm different, man. We push it all to a room, like, and then like we just redid our basement,
uh,
and so the new kittens are in a brand new clean room.
right, right,
Yeah,
right,
and so
right.
Cat just filled it up with all kinds of like fucking kitten bullshit.
You
Immediately.
have to.
You have to.
It's
Yeah.
not just I don't think it's fair for any person to send their family out to acquire new animals and just say like, "What's this? You only came back with new animals."
Right,
Right?
yeah.
You don't
You just
just get
throw them in the closet. Yeah.
yeah, you don't just give them the $50 like adoption fee check
Right.
and say, "Oh no, 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 that's all you get to spend today." Part of the experience is that
Oh, no, no, no.
dog, try that again in winter, okay?
You're right.
But yeah, if you go out to buy new pets that day, expect to buy new pet stuff too.
Well, we had enough cat shit in the
Right.
house.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, of course, they had to go out and buy new cat shit.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you have new cat tree, got new cat beds, got new like scratching things,
Yep.
stuff like that. So we'll see how it goes. But no, like they came home this afternoon with like kittens in a box and just immediately took it downstairs.
Smart.
Right past my other cat who was sleeping.
Oh, so she didn't even.
I don't think she even knows, man. So yeah, she doesn't go down there anyway.
The other one used to, right?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they used to meow at those doors all the time when we
Yeah.
kept them closed. And then we got the basement redone. They were all like in it for like a day, and they're like, "Oh, there's nothing here." So
Right.
fuck it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll see.
Oh, I think it's very cool. Well, if they come out, snap some pictures, and
I will. Yeah.
there you go. Still want to see these things when they're still pocket sized.
They are
Nothing
definitely
is
pocket
better than the
sized right
next time
now.
around.
They are tiny.
Yeah.
So I was kind of surprised.
It's a weird thing to count back those times because yeah, like you say, this is a middle aged cat. This is 8.
8.
Still feels young. Still feels in a lot of ways like
Well, still axial.
we've got him. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. See,
I think this one's 15.
he's 15.
Somewhere close to it. Yeah,
Something like that.
yeah.
The healthiest 15-year-old dog I've ever seen.
She's in remarkably good shape, all
Yeah.
things considered. I have to give her. Um, I mean,
You're not even gray.
she has some
A little
white in the
bit.
face,
Yeah.
but I mean, that being said, she does not. She does not have an old look or an old attitude yet.
No, not an old attitude for sure.
Mm-mm. So, I'm happy at this point. Uh, aside from the undisclosed automotive defects that she came with, that did not come in the Carfax. Um,
Got in a couple wrecks, huh?
yeah, undisclosed accidents. Aside from that, she is in remarkably good shape. So, um,
15? I don't know.
pretty close. Let me see. I'm gonna look at the details of this
We do
picture.
have the details.
Yeah, she's getting up there. So this first picture I have of her is November of 2017, and so
About 2.
she was about 2 when I got her, so she's around 14. Yeah, 13, 14
Good
around.
Lord, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing is, if the dog wants to live to be 22, it's not gonna bother me one bit. Um, and if
She's on track, man.
we'll see, we'll see. Well, you know how it goes, man. Sometimes it's animals are weird like that. Where shit, actually, you've seen this in people too, where it's like healthy, 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 and then like, whoa, what just happened
Whoa,
there?
what?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So, um, yeah, she wants to be 22. It's not gonna bother me, man. But it's weird how these things age you a little bit, though.
What, animals?
Yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah,
got you. So, like, yeah, last cat died. It was like, holy fucking shit, we just got you. You know?
yeah. That was a
Yeah,
wild thing.
yeah.
Yeah, it was such a weird way to go too.
Yeah, it was kind of random. Yeah. Uh, I guess everybody gets one, though. You
Well, I mean, shit. I mean, that's sort of.
know? No, all my cats live past 15. So, except for that one.
I mean, some people have those just like those tragic ones where they adopt like a 2-year-old dog or cat, and within a year, something bizarre happens, or
Yeah, that happened to my father-in-law. So,
did he?
yeah, they got a cat and got jaundice and died.
Jaundice.
Yeah, of all things, man.
How's a cat get
I
jaundice?
don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know. Bad liver, something.
it's all you can. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's really all you can do. Yeah,
something like that. But he He was only around for 3 or 4 years. So yeah.
I remember hearing about a guy he had two cats, and they used to just like play wrestle all the time. And it just so happened that like right around here, like around the scruff, where it would be on a cat,
Hmm.
the other cat just chomped her, right? It just play chomped, but she still broke the skin. And you and I both know that there's like it's not quite king cobra venom, but
It's close, man.
there
Yeah.
is some like nasty shit in cat teeth, and I guess like it got to here, and there was an infection, and the infection got to the lungs, and
Oh, really?
yeah,
Oh,
it was like within 2 weeks, they took fluid out, and they're like, well, we think we can get her better, but you know, and that's just kind of the weird stuff. Is just like you'd never expect that, and like
oh, yeah.
100 times
Yeah.
out of 101 be totally fine. In fact, you probably wouldn't even have to do anything,
You
but
roll it at 99. Yeah.
it
Yeah.
happens, you
Yeah,
know.
it does
But
happen. Yeah, you just remind me of that we got to get the insurance set up on these two kittens.
that's true. And fortunately, right now, you can get it, especially if you have one on an existing
Way
pet.
fucking cheap.
Yeah,
Yeah,
way
way
cheap.
cheap. Because these guys, they're only like, I think they're 14 weeks old.
That's so young.
I know,
That's
man.
so young.
They're tiny, dude.
And this is the mom was a feral cat.
Yeah.
So
So somebody nursed them for a little bit.
yeah, I'm gonna say like this is a
Yeah.
feral cat. Like they must have caught up to the litter or something.
I
I
don't
don't
know,
know.
man. I don't know the story. I'll
Yeah.
have to find it out.
Somebody's house cat got out, I guess. I don't know.
Who knows? Yeah.
Or, somebody. It does happen every now and then when a feral cat kind of picks a new owner in some ways, yeah?
I don't know, man. I think it's more common that they abandon their kittens.
Is that it?
Yeah, that might have been it. I don't know, man. I don't know their backstory.
Yeah.
So I filled out their character sheet.
Well, you don't seem the type to look at the story of this and say, like, oh, no, we don't approve of that in this house.
Yeah,
This
right.
is
Definitely.
like, clearly these kittens were had out of wedlock.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know
Excommunicated.
exactly.
Yeah.
I don't like this. Your dad seems a bit Puerto Rican-y. I don't know if that's cool.
This one's a little brown.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Can you show me something else?
Yeah. Yeah. Papers,
Why don't we
please.
put this one in the maybes?
Yeah, the babies.
Nobody else shows up for him. What kind of cats? Did you see the ones that they were originally going to get?
Yeah.
What kind were these?
White and gray.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we got gray ones now. Gray stripy ones. They're a little floofy. So
I like floofy cats. You got to vacuum more, but that's
yeah, I don't know about that. So my other cat's like 80% white.
yeah.
And so like if she wanders around the kitchen floor too long, I know who's been there and how long
Right.
it's been vacuumed. Yeah.
Well, you're sort of on my list of people. You're a uh, first ballot candidate for the one who breaks down to get a house cleaner first.
Oh fuck, we've gotten close, man. We've gotten close, man. So both my brother and my mom were using the same lady for a while.
Yeah.
And then she didn't really like fit in with her schedule
Hmm.
and stuff because she wanted to be there at like 6 o'clock in the morning.
Oh,
Fuck that.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So, but then my brother fired her.
Oh,
And so now my mom has her exclusively. But my house ain't that hard to clean, man.
it's not, but that's not
I'm not
always
that
it.
bougie yet. I'm
That's
close,
not
man.
always it, man. That's
Yeah,
not the
I'm
only
close. Yeah, I'm close. And I guess like with us doing all this construction in the house, it's been fucking terrible.
like dusty and stuff.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we actually got these air filter machines. They look like fucking coffee pots.
Oh, oh yeah.
They were great, man. Yeah.
You haven't. Okay,
Got like two of them for like $80.
you don't humidify your house, do you?
No, my furnace does have a humidifier, but I, it just makes it weird.
I've been told by a number of different people that it's really good for you, that it's that it especially for people with you like you and I who have a history of respiratory complications,
Sure.
that it's supposed to make life that much easier. And if you ever have any problems with, say, like allergies, sinuses, these kind of things here, it's supposed to make things so much easier on you.
Maybe.
All I can say is I have gone out of my way to be away from humidity at all
Yeah, me too.
costs,
Yeah.
right?
Well,
And
especially since I waterboard myself every 3 days or so.
yeah, you do.
Yeah.
And I presume the machine does not humidify for you.
Oh, it does.
Oh, does it?
Oh, it totally does.
Hmm.
The face hugger.
Yeah.
It works though, man. I mean, once you get used to
Well,
it,
that's the
it's
point.
fine,
Wow.
but it's definitely annoying.
If it helps you
Um,
sleep, it helps you sleep, man. What are you gonna do?
totally helps me sleep, man. I sleep deeply,
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, no, it humidifies the shit. And you're supposed to put distilled water. I was like, fuck that. If I get parasites in my face, I get parasites in my face.
We all
Whatever.
gotta go sometime.
Yeah, exactly.
It's pretty metal way to go, dude. It's
But it's
okay.
not bad.
You
I
know.
mean, the only thing is you can't sleep on your belly with it.
You would I didn't think you were a belly sleeper.
I I don't know, man. Since I've got a little tub here, I guess I have been. So
Yeah.
yeah, I'll do the thing like this, a little bit. But you can't do that with a fucking face hugger on.
Probably not.
No, it
Uh,
pinches off the hose, and you're. And you get those drains where you're trying to like run uphill. You're like, oh my god, I'm gassed. And it's like, wait a minute, roll over.
is it time, Pat?
It is time.
Is
It's
it
time.
time for us to start making a scheduled regimen?
No, no, it's not that way. Much to your chagrin.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well, you know my number.
I know your name's Tom.
Well, nothing can really. I mean, there are a few things that can put you back on the track, like uh, going to a water park. So, um, having on there, back a couple of weeks ago, the sort of things that sort of reset you and be like, no, time to hit this a little bit harder. I think I'm gonna squeeze an extra lift in here. That's quite all right.
How's that help you swim?
It has nothing to do with swimming.
Oh, okay.
It has everything to do with seeing the other people in the park
Okay.
and comparing yourself.
You're comparing yourself to people that are 25 years younger than
Well, I'll say this, okay? So, um, there were some people that were um,
you.
that
Graybeards.
well, no, it's not that. But
Oh,
there were some people who were uh, who had like a little bit more definition, right? But very few had the size that I was looking for. So I was like, okay, well, this is kind of cool. I don't feel like a slouch at all. Um, there was like the gayest shit you can possibly imagine. There was a dude when I was out wandering around a little bit. Um, there was a dude who I was like, I saw his physique, right? He was a dude that worked there, and nobody in the park except for this one guy did I stop and actually like ask him like,
okay.
what are you doing? Is this just
What are you
it's like
doing,
I'm
man?
just like, hey man, I'm sorry to bother you here, but I just gotta ask you. It's like, what is your routine? What is it that you do? And I will say this: nobody is more flattered to be asked anything this young fellow was more than happy to break down some shit for me. I was like, oh, I really appreciate it, dude.
Hey, you work there?
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
okay.
had on the red.
The Baywatch.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he had on the red trunks. They were always more than happy to share. But yeah, it's like, yeah,
Hey, big guy, a little guy, or
he was.
just svelte?
Well, he was. So he had that thing that I was looking for, which was just that combination. He was about maybe an inch and a half taller than I was, but he had uh, he had it's the like the thickness of it, which was like that's what I'm looking for. Now, granted, he was he was still pretty thin and everything like that, but he
Mhm.
still it was that plus he had it's not the same thing like so there were dudes there, and I kind of call this like the Bruce Lee look, where you look muscular on account of just really low body fat,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
There's that's that kind of like that Brad Pitt from Fight Club look, but
All right, yeah.
where it was actually it's like you can see the actual like the muscle is bigger, um,
Hmm.
and I was like, oh god damn, like that dude has the exact physique. I was like, excuse me, young man.
Talk to
Please
me.
please forgive my queerness, but I have some questions to ask you about your chiseled body, sir.
Hmm. I mean, we've all known guys who are just naturally that way too.
There are,
Yeah.
yeah, there are.
Yeah.
He was not. He had a,
He had worked on it.
yeah,
He had
yeah.
worked on
This was not a,
it.
this was not. I just, I woke up this way, uh,
Right, yeah. I eat
kind
nothing
of
but
mentality.
fucking French fries. Yeah.
Well, it is what it is. I mean, so the there's no like big trick on it in terms of what these folks do, especially when it comes to it's time, it's repetitions, it's diet, and especially for it's weird because it's the weird thing where you come across it like um, there's this shot of Arnold from the 70s when he was in his in his biggest
Oh, his
phase,
biggest, yeah.
and
Pre-Conan.
he's just kind of lying on this boat, and there's some person talking to him, and the thing is, like for him at that time, he looks almost like a normal dude, right? And you're like, well, I know that this dude is fucking ripped out of his mind, and but the thing is, it's all for dudes in that size, they don't carry that permanently. It's
No, you gotta work at it.
no, it's not a question of work at it. It's a question of so of course they work at it. That goes without
Yeah,
saying.
sure.
But it's two phases. It's like you hit shit hard and you eat like a fucking like lunatic
Hmm.
for months,
Yeah.
right? Because you have a competition. And before that competition, X amount of weeks, whatever it is, you basically cut down to like 1,200 calories a day, right? So it's basically, yeah, you get really big and then you cut down until that competition, sort of like you're training for a fight in some ways,
Yeah, so
right?
you lose all the body fat.
Right,
Yeah.
right. But you have to do that in order to build up. So it's sort of a
Yeah, you're not seeing him 3 weeks after the competition.
it's not yeah it's not a the expectation that with these dudes and it's scary how there are dudes now that basically uh, have they have that muscles upon muscles look where it looks so it doesn't even look human anymore.
Right, yeah.
You see these dudes, and that's uh, that at least they can attribute. It's like, yeah, there's a lot of chemicals in you, brother.
Right, yeah, exactly.
There's no two ways
He
around it.
melted a lot of that off. Yeah.
Well, it has everything to do with like building, but you know,
Right.
but Anyway, yeah. So nothing can get you back in that kind of mindset, like um, walking around shirtless.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I went in for my physical the other day. I haven't gained or lost a pound in like 3 years.
Was that good or bad?
I don't know, man.
Well, I presume that somebody sat down with you and went over the results, right?
Oh yeah, totally.
Or did they just print it out and say, like, have a good one?
No, 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 no. She went over it with me, you know. Um, but I feel different than I did like 3 years ago. It's
What does that mean?
just tubbier.
Well, um,
Well, beer, yeah,
yeah, but you drink a hell of a lot less than of that now than you used to.
yeah, that's true. I only go out 1 or 2 nights a week now, so you know, it's not the 4 or 5 days that I used to do.
It's a pretty big difference, all things considered, man.
Oh yeah, totally.
But I mean, I guess that's kind of a weird spot right there. Is if you're at the same weight, but if you're tubbier, then it means your body's recompositioning itself, and
It
that's
is
not what you want.
recompositioning myself. I guess I don't really mind, but you know, I don't know, man. It's getting older.
That's part of it, man. I mean, I guess that's the question I would ask is like, how much exercise do you get in a week?
Very little anymore. Yeah, very little. Especially since I've been online for so long, man.
It does present a series of challenges.
Yes,
This is
man.
a
Yeah,
fact.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah. But I sleep better than I used to. So way better. Like I used to be like I don't know how your sleep schedule is and stuff, but man, I mean I'd go 4 hours, 10 hours, 3 hours, 6 hours, back
Mm,
up to 10, kind of thing. Now I'm pretty rock steady about 7. So
right.
yeah. And I'll sleep all the way through it too.
That's good.
Yeah, it's really good. But no, ever since I really fucked up my arm, you know.
Well, does that does that hold you back? Is that something that before you and I don't know, okay, so I had this talk with Will a little bit ago
Dude,
where
your brother's looking good.
he is
Yeah.
yeah, he is a little bit stressed lately, but uh he's looking pretty good. And, I was asking him about this, he's like, your perception of me is still a little bit locked into when the kids were a bit younger, right? Because he's had this,
Your kids are getting up there.
they are,
Yeah.
um, and I'd always see him, and he's always like running around the house and all this other shit. He's like, I think you still have the perception of me like when my kids were younger. It's like it's not like that anymore. It was like I still get my good 4 hours of sleep or whatever, but um, it's not like me chasing them around all the time
Right,
as
yeah.
far as that goes. So like on your end, I don't get the sense that you had that relationship with your kid when you were
Hmm.
younger. Like he
No,
was
no,
a
no. She is very passive.
like she's not a like come wrestle or anything like
Well,
kind of
we
kid.
did that when she was way younger.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's been a
It's
minute
been a
since that's
minute.
been yeah.
Yeah.
So like aside from that, if that's not a part of it, what like do you do some walking? Do you do some? What's your where do you get your no?
No, no, yeah, no.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
And so you don't take into consideration it's not kind of like, well, I could do this, but my arm is freaking me out or anything like that.
No, not really.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I don't feel bad though. Yeah.
No, but I mean, this was the discussion I had with my doctor. Is just kind of like, so the every year is kind of working against you at this
Yeah,
point.
yeah,
So it's sort of like, um, if you wait another 10 years and decide that that's the time to start kicking it in, it's going to be 10
go
times
way
harder,
harder. Yeah,
you
yeah.
know.
No, some of my
So,
father.
and there's this thing where, just on top of that, I'm looking at my mom, and she's like, I wonder if the myriad problems that she has right now would not be alleviated if she was at least a little bit physically stronger, right?
Yeah,
And I don't know if that's, obviously it's hindsight here. A woman's in her, fucking late 70s now, so there's
really. Yeah.
yeah,
How
but
old is your mom?
she's still a decade younger than your mom, which is crazy, or close to it.
See, and that's what I'm going to turn into. I'm going to turn to my mom someday. I know it. Yeah.
That's kind of it, man. That's
Yeah.
sort of that's how my doc kind of got it to me. It's like, she's in this kind of shape. She has diabetes. So what are you gonna do about it? I'm like, oh,
Yeah. See, I got all my blood work done. I got no trace of the diabetes, even a little.
your mom wouldn't have it either, right?
She skirted with it for a little bit. My dad had for a little bit, but he beat it.
Yeah.
Um, with fucking wine.
You don't have to give up everything. It's
Yeah. No,
just,
I know. Like, no. No, I've been thinking about this a little bit lately with my dad in particular.
have you?
So yeah, he literally got to the point in time where he just decided to punch out.
You don't like
So
that, do you?
I no, I'm coming to terms with it, dude.
Mm.
So yeah, because dealing with my mom is a pain in the ass. So
Oh,
kind of get him now.
I know.
Yeah,
I know.
yeah. And he was like,
I know.
yeah, yeah, yeah. You got a
I
decent
know.
glide path here, kind of thing. So
It was kind of like just sort of moments where it's like, hey, tell you what, why don't you, mom, you're not that old.
right.
Uh, are you sure that there's not some, I don't know, um, retired colonel that you could pal around with or something that could sort of make life easier for the rest of us? I don't know.
Yeah, no, not quite like that, but I get you. So
But that being said, that's the life she chose, so it's like, all
yeah,
right,
sure.
well, but that, you know, it's sort of the piece of this that we discussed the other day, where it was like, uh, we express this in terms of young people who were so embittered and bitching and moaning about, like, I can't buy a house at the same age my parents did. Where it's like, well, are you going to waste more time fucking complaining about it or just doing shit? Because every minute that you spend fucking whining about it, right, is good contemplation time. It's good for the soul, but is it? We have a ticking clock going
You're
on
taking
against us
withdrawals
here.
on your future life, man.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
So yeah.
So there's that part with mom where it's
Hey,
like,
sweetie.
well, you already spent 27 years now at this point, um, just
You're
sort
a
of
quick
waiting out the
dog.
clock.
Where you want to go?
But you know where she wants to go. She wants to sit behind you like a
Well,
fucking
how about
psychopath
we
would.
just do this?
Yeah.
Hmm? That's good. No, I get that, man. Um, yeah, like it's just a waste of time. Uh, I was listening to this really interesting podcast today that was actually breaking down like the 1%.
Uh-huh.
And then like in the United States, like most people over the course of their entire career will spend a significant portion of their time in the bottom quarter.
Yeah.
and then a significant portion of their life, maybe not as much, but at least a couple of years in the top quarter as far as earnings go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, and then there was all this shit about like debt to income, where like, okay, so like if you actually take a look at net worth across the United States,
Yeah.
okay, a shitload of people are underwater,
Yes.
okay, which is fine, okay, because in the U.S. we actually like the accounting equation, assets equals liabilities plus owner's equity. And so there's a significant portion of your life where you'll actually have negative net worth,
Yeah.
but you'll already be in the top 1%
Oh.
of
Oh.
everybody in the world,
Oh. Yeah. Yeah.
in
Yeah.
terms of like earning potential and shit like that. It was just a really interesting breakdown on like, okay, so you can have someone who's going to be a surgeon who makes like quarter mil, half a mil a year.
Yeah.
Okay, but that person still has negative net worth because they spent so much to get through law school, or I mean medical school.
Oh, law school applies too.
Sure, yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. And stuff like that. But like in the United States, we compare apples to apples, but the rest of the world is apples to oranges,
Yeah.
where they take a look at it and, oh, you got a negative net worth, blah, blah, blah. I was like, well, yeah, I do, but I drive a fucking Mercedes.
Right. Yeah.
I can get steak on the weekends,
Yeah.
kind of thing. Whereas, like, if you take somebody who's in India who has a negative net worth because there is no debt, in that situation, okay, so that guy's fucking poor.
Yes.
Okay, but somebody who has a positive net worth in India lives a way shittier life than somebody who is a negative net worth guy in the United States.
Right.
Who's like actually like just cash flow based. You know, it was like, yeah, all you guys like, y'all are wrong about this.
Well, you.
So you're trying to
Yeah.
make a case, that everybody in the United States is underwater. Okay, but that's not true. So, and the vast majority of those folks, as long as they can make their mortgage payments and shit like that, they're building net worth over the long run. You know?
Well, yeah. So it's weird in the way that you say that because you're. So the problem with that is it's partially correct. They are technically underwater, right?
Yeah,
But
but that doesn't affect their standard of living.
well, it's not even a question of standard of living. It's a question of how does that apply? Because all right, so if you're, let me say it this way: if you're underwater in another country, right?
You're fucked.
Well, it's not just you're fucked. It's like okay, in order to eat, I
Right.
have to borrow $5 to pay off my debt, then another $5 to eat, right?
Right.
Versus if I want to eat, I just go eat,
Right.
right? It's a different story, right? It's sort of a um, the best way I can say it is basically like two-dimensional versus three-dimensional thinking,
Yeah.
where it's you're
Right.
right, where it's this is oranges to oranges, this is bananas to bananas, right? And then you take that other thing and say like, oh well, for the sake of the argument, we're going to call this banana an apple, right?
Right.
Just to try
It's
and
all
make a
fruit,
point.
man. Fuck it.
But that being said, if I, as a first year, statistics student, I put that in front of you as your professor, you'd mark it F minus, see me after class because
Right. Yeah.
the
Try again, son.
the
Yeah.
underlying assumptions are so wrong
Right.
that you say, I'm not, you can't sign your name. This is a
No.
crime against statistics, right?
Right. Yeah.
Um, and you're absolutely right. It's in the same. So in that same vein, I mean, it's like there's still this current going of like the visitors to the World Cup culture clash, right? That is still
It's still going on.
it's like fucking Chernobyl, where the first journalists in 50 years have actually been here, and they're
Right.
they're showing
Yeah.
people like, wait a minute, this is well, this isn't what the outside world is
Dude, the
like.
food prices blew me away. You know,
Food and energy prices, man.
well, no, I mean, okay, so yeah, I don't know that much about energy, but I hear it's bad. So, but the fact that like there are guys coming here eating like fucking kings,
Yeah, yeah,
and then like just the one for one for, a fucking hamburger here versus like Scotland. It was like, wait, what?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it was like $1.99 at fucking McDonald's hooks you up, like you can get a double cheeseburger. And that's like a three-course meal in Scotland.
And meanwhile, and don't get me wrong, because I understand it's that same, we'll use the same fruits. We are currently lamenting where it's like, yeah, but I remember when this was 99 cents, right?
Right, yeah.
And
That's
to,
kind of sour grapes too, man.
well, it
Oh
is.
my
I mean,
God.
it's that same thing where it's we've gotten used to that here, and it's the
Yeah.
same. It's under the same token of like when you and I walked it back and we were counting back to like what was the minimum wage when we earned it and that sort of thing
Right,
here.
yeah.
When you find out that
Back in 19-cent taco days. Yeah.
absolutely
Yeah.
right, and it's that same sort of thing where, um, yeah, we're walking it back and we're sitting there like looking at this, and then you hear that less than 1% of people earn the actual minimum wage. You're like, wait a second.
Dude, that statistic blew my mind when I heard that on Caleb's. Like, I had to go look at it, and it was like absolutely correct. That very, very, very few people in the United States make minimum wage, and those who do usually work for nonprofits. So,
I guess in hindsight that doesn't surprise me, but
no,
yeah, and so taking that into effect, I was like, well, wait a second. If everybody's getting paid more, then of course,
everything's gonna be more expensive. Yeah,
and it's a weird thing about it where the the numbers on this they keep showing like the unemployment numbers, and I this this does not
dude, those
include
blow my
people.
mind.
This does not include people that have given up. I totally understand. That's a different story. It never has. But I mean, there's something to be said where it's like the traditional things that you would point at and say are problematic don't seem to be that problematic. There's
No,
there's not that thing where um, if you if you go to the right places, they will tell you that we are living in the fucking end times. And like
it's like the opposite. It's
it's
upside down on you,
absolutely
man.
bizarre, man.
Yeah,
It's
no,
absolutely
it's
bizarre.
completely the opposite. So, yeah, no, man, I see it every fucking day. When I open my feed in the morning, it's all doom and gloom. Oh my God, fucking climate change. The world is on fire.
Right.
Yada, yada, yada. And it's like, no, bro. Like, okay, so yeah, I know some guys who are struggling a little bit. It's entirely self inflicted. In almost all of those cases. Maybe there's one or two guys who are in between jobs and shit like that. Okay, fine. But like, I just don't see it. I don't see like the whole narrative of like, oh my God, you're fucked. What are you gonna do? It's like, well, okay, get on Twitter and bitch about it. Okay, so tomorrow's gonna be no different then. Get your ass up.
Well, that's again, it's that weird piece of like, oh, okay, so I guess nobody was fucked in 1993 or
Right, right,
1998
right,
or
right.
2004.
Yeah, parking around here is fucking terrible.
Right,
Yeah.
right, right. Um, and again, I understand that the difference is, there's a component of like, yeah, the difference is I'm in it now, and I get that. I
Sure.
get that. And if you're in a cohort of people, or if you're in a um, let's say, for example, that you're in a mm, let's say that you're a game developer and fucking half the people that you know have been let go, right?
Okay.
So if you're in that circle and the journalists are in that circle, they're going to look at you and they're going to say anecdotally, "Wow, you guys are getting wiped out. This must be AI's fault." Um, then yeah, you're going to have a perception on it like it's the end of the world. But I mean, I guess I flip that around and say like, okay, well, tell that to the guys that were making air conditioners. Tell that to the guys that were, um,
Wrenching on cars. Yeah.
I mean, where exactly was your pity for those people?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. No, man, I think the AI thing is playing itself out a little bit. So starting to see it. Starting to see the corners of it a little bit. Like there's enough pushback on. So here's the thing about AI is everybody got used to it real quick.
Yeah,
Yeah. And so, I mean, you can sniff out AI garbage, content creation, and stuff like that.
You can.
Like
Yeah.
in 2 seconds now. I mean, like, okay, fine. We're fucking Gen X. Got it. Okay.
Right.
If we can sniff it out, the kids can definitely sniff it out. So,
Yeah.
yeah, and I'm getting to the point in time where it's like, okay, so this isn't a thing anymore, guys. All right. So you're fighting against the machine. All right. And it's not that hard to figure out what the machine is up to. So what's next?
Well,
And nobody's like asking that question seriously. Thanks, me.
well, it's the weird thing about that here is it's not as though this doesn't have some sort of precedent on this here, where it's kind of like
Totally.
we watch this change three or four
Dude, you
times
and
in
I
our
have been through
life.
like 4 generations of this shit. So yeah. And of course, it's just like the loop is just getting faster, more
Yeah,
so than anything else. Yeah. So,
because ultimately, I mean, let's call it for what it is. It's plagiarism by any other name. So
sure.
it's not. Um,
Nothing new.
so I can't. I can. Well, I mean, I can tell you times in seventh or eighth grade when I copied entire sections of what I was doing from the book that I got from the library, and typed it into my report word for word, essentially.
Cliff notes in college. Yeah.
Cliff notes in college,
Yeah.
or there were times where it's like,
What
did
are you
you
doing, sweetie?
did you just copy and paste Wikipedia? It's like, yes, I did.
Yeah.
Right?
No problem.
I mean, to look at this and say that this is any other um, anything other than that here, it's like, no, it's a different version of it. But and
Right.
to be fair, in the same way that you've seen studied probably the same studies that I do, where they say like, look, this is the brain of a person who essentially relies on AI to do their work for them.
Mm.
Got it. It's the same developmental, shortcoming that you'd have from any other side of, essentially taking a lot of shortcuts.
Yeah.
We've known that. We've known that. This
It's
is to
always
make
been
it
there.
easier, right?
Yeah.
But the instrumentation of this is basically all that's changing here. And I guess here's the thing: is it invaluable as a tool? Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Is
Yeah.
it infallible? Hell no, nothing is,
No, of
right?
course not.
Um, and that being said, is it actively doing work here for people that need the work to be done? But the answer is yes. You know,
Well, and like to be fair, it makes people way more efficient.
that's the point.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the point.
So,
That's why the only job that's been lost has been elevator operators, and that's it.
yeah, still paying tellers,
That's
still
correct.
customer service reps.
That is correct. Yeah, it's just that's the single job that technology has replaced ever.
Well, unstable masters. Sure. You
I think. Well, I mean, you're talking about.
don't want that much poop in your street.
Oh, no, 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 no! I totally understand that, but I mean, if you're saying that that hasn't evolved into something, different, then yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't know, man. There's so much of it that it just passes across my feed every single day. And it's like, stop, get plugged in, do your things, save your 10%, whatever. You'll be fine, man. Chill out.
Or don't.
Or
I
don't.
mean, that's sort of that's sort of the weird thing. I mean, like I watched this week people go fucking nuts, um, trying to use the Odyssey as some kind of political talking point about gauging the
You want
dipstick.
to go see that?
No,
I kind of do.
no, I don't. It
Yeah,
just
okay.
it's not. So let me put it this way: on my best day, I don't care about the story when it's accurate,
I've read
right?
it many times. So,
I read it the times that I was required, and I also
yeah.
didn't care then. This is not. It's not. I appreciate it only in the sense of what it's added to Western civilization uh, in terms of allegories in literature and poetry.
Oh, it's the most copied work ever. So,
I would say it's up there.
yeah, it's
I
up
mean,
there. Yeah.
I don't know if it's the, but definitely got to be top three. I mean, in some way or another, or at least elements of it. Um, but to use this as sort of like, well, look at all this money. It's like, oh yeah, that's right. Um, that 85% of people who don't give a shit have nothing to do right now. It's July.
Right.
There's no other fucking movies out right
That's kind of
now.
where I'm at. Yeah.
Um, the controversial parts, turns out that that's actually like 4 minutes of film, right?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I saw too.
So it's not like this was actually trying to drive some kind of point home. Like,
Well, I was kind of curious how he framed the story. And so it does cross over with the Iliad a little bit, you know.
it does.
But that's the only place that Helen actually appears.
My understanding is that it exists for context of that part of the story that they're telling, which makes perfect sense. The argument here is that basically the gods themselves don't appear. Um, for the most part, it's seen as uh, one of two interpretations: is either the gods sort of acting in sort of either unseen, or Poseidon being the way that the waves move, that kind of stuff,
Yeah, right,
or Athena appearing as sort of a manifestation of guilt and PTSD. Um, it's a take.
right. It is a take.
It is a
Uh,
take, and it's when it came out, it's like, what's the intent of the person that's putting it out there? And if the person is trying to make a point via casting or whatever, then that didn't come across. It just
right.
came across
Yeah.
as like, well, this ruffles some feathers or whatever. Um, but ultimately, it's a July with nothing else out right now. It's a big IMAX movie, and it's the IMAX showings that are selling out like crazy because people want to see an IMAX movie. Um, whereas, and again, this was something that I didn't know, was this is another Euro poor thing, was uh, they're like, well, how is this doing with international IMAX, right? There is no international IMAX, Patrick.
Really?
Yeah, so there's like, I couldn't remember. There's like 100 here in the States. There's four in the entirety of Europe.
IMAX?
Yes,
Really?
yes,
Wow. Yeah.
yes. So that's not a format that even concerns the rest of the planet.
Right. Yeah.
And how could you? In order to build an IMAX theater, you have to demolish 15 rows of houses that were built in the 13th century.
Right. Yeah.
Um, so it's sort of a weird thing. And so next weekend, the next Spider-Man movie comes out. Nobody's going to give a fuck about this movie when the new
I
Spider-Man
haven't even
one comes
heard
out.
about it. Yeah.
Everybody's going to go see Spider-Man. That's just how it is. It's like,
Yeah.
all right, to attribute this to some kind of like, there are things that people looked at and they say like, I'm not seeing this stupid shit. It's like, this is not for me. This is not. It's like, I don't want to see no fucking Supergirl and so whatever. Like, it's
Oh yeah.
I
That'll
get it.
bomb like crazy.
There is some effect to that here, but as far as the rest of it, watching people go nuts over what people spent their money on like this, I'm like, guys, um, if this were a different movie, you might have a point, but this is not the movie that you're making. Consassi, come here. Hey,
Oh,
hey,
making a move.
hey, hey, sausage. Sit down.
Like what, Dad?
Come here. You got some schmutz in your eye. All
You
right.
get eye boogers.
Yeah, that's the kind of stupid shit that I watched happen this week. I was like, all right, guys, let just this is not the movie either group actually thought it was going to be.
Yeah, that's what made it interesting to me. So
It's astroturfed as fuck on both sides, and
yeah,
it's just,
exactly. Yeah.
my understanding of this here is it's gonna come and go. It's gonna uh, this is not a Saving Private Ryan kind of situation here where people are talking
Dude, we
about it.
haven't had one of those in ages, man.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
So what I'm talking about is it's like, don't, in the same way that a fucking, woman shitting on the bus with these fake ass Patriot Front dudes is not Rosa Parks. This is not
Right.
Saving
Yeah.
Private Ryan. It's not.
No.
Um,
It just it seems like so much of the shit is played out, man.
it is
Yeah.
inorganic,
Exactly. Yeah.
completely
It's all played
contrived.
out.
Yeah.
Even like, all right, so in a couple of weeks here, we are going to get the political zoomies, but some of that's already been played out already too, man.
Mm-hmm.
With Plattner getting his ship sunk.
Yes.
Um, I didn't see like, isn't that primary in Michigan going on soon
Uh,
with the
with
pure yah yah
yeah,
yah Michigan woman and
yeah, yeah. It
and then the
is.
other guy? I
It
think that's
is.
coming up soon. That might be
Yeah.
on Tuesday or something like that. But even then, man, even the political shows that I've been watching lately, it's kind of like, all right, so it's basically locked in. And so now everything's about like, oh, who's going to be the Democratic nominee? Blah blah blah. And it's like, well, we won't know that until after the midterms. It doesn't
No.
fucking matter though. It really doesn't matter. So,
No, it doesn't. The no matter how you slice it, I mean, this is the big problem that they have here is that uh, as much as speculation markets or people on CNN want this to be the truth,
you
right?
can't play. You can't pay attention to Polygon. Man. It's bullshit.
There's some value to it, but
Not this far out, man.
there's as
Not this
much
far out.
value from it as you want to take from something that's basically like who's the next World Cup winner in 4 years, right? It's you can get like an early opinion, just sort of based on, again, it's sort of like looking at sports analysis of this year's upcoming, who's going to be in the Super Bowl.
Right.
Like, okay, well, no, I got it, so I can see what you see here on paper,
There's a
right?
lot of season left. Yeah.
Whole lot of season left, and the thing here, this is the big thing that they're dealing with right now is the fruits of what they were building, right? Where they said, here's been our push is we've been trying to basically throw the Overton window as far left as humanly possible.
It's poison.
And what's happened is we now have an enthusiastic group of people parading as socialists, and you're not going to believe this, even within the party. 50% of the people in there
They
don't like
don't like that.
socialists.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
77% of independents don't like socialists.
No, man.
Like 91% of Republicans are like, we don't like this. The other eight have never heard the word before,
Right.
or they
Yeah.
wouldn't like it.
Right.
And then there's 1% of Republicans who are kind of like, no, I think this is what Aaron Burr really meant.
Yeah. I've seen that part. Yeah.
It's like, guys.
Man, that's died out pretty quick. Yeah,
Yeah,
that Tucker crowd. They got over their skis real fast.
yeah. People who thought that, when I quit, everybody's going to come with me, right? It's
Yeah,
like,
that
yeah,
did
yeah,
not work out, man.
sure.
I've been watching
No,
Megyn
the same
Kelly
thing for
trying
me.
to fucking backpedal her way back into the good graces of the Trump camp. Or
He never takes it quite far enough to warrant excommunication, but she tried.
okay, yeah, she's good at that, man. She's like, all right, tide's going in. All right.
Uh-huh.
Let me change my stroke here. Yeah.
It's like, guys, I wasn't really upset with you. That's just how my face looks.
Yeah. Me and my 98-pound frame.
I
Yeah.
know, it's like I can't help it. I
Like
look.
one person doesn't need Ozempic. Yeah.
No, 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 no. I think. I mean, she's been like nursing the same cheeseburger for the past 35 years. So, so much like one of those gigantic jawbreakers, she's still got, at least 2 inches to go. But yeah, yeah, in the same way where it's like Marjorie Taylor Greene is somewhere saying like,
Who the fuck cares about her?
why haven't I been deified yet? I
Yeah, I
thought,
know, man. At least Lauren Lauren Boebert held on to her seat. So
Because she divorced herself from Marjorie Taylor Greene.
yeah,
She's
exactly.
kind of like,
Gotten
uh,
away from the vape smoking in the fucking Ogden for
yeah,
a little
vape
while there.
smoking
Yeah,
and fucking, hand jobs at the theater. Yeah,
right. Yeah,
I'm like, yeah, guys, we knew she was white trash when we elected her.
yeah, and that's fine. But she was at least smart enough to hang on to her seat. Fucking Marjorie. Oh, I'm quitting. You know. And now, like, I haven't heard her name in like a month.
Well,
So
she pops up every now and then on
on the
some,
View,
you know, on the View or some fucking 17th tier podcast
exactly. Yeah.
with fucking Juicy Smollett or something like that.
Yeah.
Some person with a
Some
name
fucking
or
Navy SEAL
yeah,
podcast out
yeah.
there. Yeah.
Well, that's true. And they're just he's like, oh, I'm aware that you have politics here. But we're here to talk about getting up at 6 and ringing the
Yeah.
bell. Do you
We're gonna
remember?
talk about protein intake. You know?
Oh, all right then.
Yeah. No, man. I mean, yeah. It'll be interesting to see how this one goes, man. I think the Democrat side is going to be a fucking fist fight. It's probably going to start before the midterms, because like odds are still that the Democrats will take the House. The Senate
Probably.
is not looking so hot. So for them, it's probably looking better than it was a year ago. But they've taken some pretty fucking healthy hits over the last like 4 or 5 weeks. We'll have to see how this Michigan one goes. That one's going to be the thing. So, um, but again, like here's the whole thing: is like everybody's like looking at Trump, saying like, "Oh, okay, what are you going to do about this Iran thing?" and blah blah blah. As far as it affects the midterms, he doesn't give two flying fucks about it.
Doesn't seem to.
Not even a little bit. And like, there's a lot of people who are ascribing that to him that are completely missing his point on this thing. And I mean, it's not there's a definite non-zero chance that he's gonna fucking land Marines somewhere in the next couple of weeks. You know, um, but it won't matter. It won't matter at all because the guy is basically turned loose at this point in time. And anything that he does that gets fucked up, that just gives like Vance or as well as going to be Vance, to kind of say, well, okay, so boss decided to do this, but I wouldn't do that. And he's just giving this guy room to run, at this point in time. And so, and yeah, I mean, if you look at the Democrat side, okay, so Kamala Harris is going to scoot around on the edges for this thing for fucking a year.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, Gavin Newsom has basically been pocketed lately. Um, all the rest of their candidates are Jews, so, you know,
Or Jew adjacent.
or yeah, Jewish,
Yeah.
in the George Santos version of
Right.
Jewish, yeah,
Right.
and so I like there's this guy that I watch. He's great. He's been around for a while. He is absolutely fucking convinced that Bernie's going to try and wiggle his way in
Wouldn't surprise me.
there. Yeah, no, and I'm kind of on board with that. At this point in time. Well, I mean, not with Bernie, but like his thinking that he's got an open lane to actually do like one last hurrah, you know? Even though he's fucking older than Biden and Trump. You
Yes.
know? Yeah.
Yes.
So, but apparently he can make baskets. So okay.
Well, so the question here, and this is yes, you do have your moonshots from time to time here, but at the same token, the the thing about the Democratic side has been that whereas uh, when the Republicans had their backs basically put up against the corner here, they got
Right.
Trump,
Yeah, they
right?
got Trump.
Right? Now,
It's their turn.
well, this is the weird thing about it is do they have basically a reverse Trump in the wings, or is there basically like at this point, right? Is their tact what they've always done because they have it's look, fuck it. So when it comes down to it, they're with the way that their delegates work, it is far less of an actual democratic
Totally.
process, right? And so when it comes down to it, the party is going to say, who do we, and we've said it before, who do we think gives us our best chance to win? And when it comes down to it,
I don't think it comes down to that.
for them, they're going to pick a very compromised candidate like they always do.
I don't know, man. See, this is why I'm kind of on board with this guy. This is Mark Halperin, who's been talking about this lately. He's like, look, there's a broken rib in the Democrat Party
Yeah.
that needs to be set. So, and
Or
it's
removed.
or removed, and it's basically this internal, super delegate thing
Yeah.
that that's actually the target,
Well,
for someone to run against. And Bernie's the right guy to do that, even though he's fucking 82 or whatever.
well, that's the point. Is
Exactly.
is he in this particular case between the fringe? Like, is he actually the middle candidate at this point?
Exactly. Yes.
Whereas he would have been the fringe candidate a while ago.
Yeah, but he's not anymore. Yeah, no, he's been pushed to the middle on this one, and he kowtowed to Biden the last time. And so, like, I mean, he can turn to those guys that are, you know, the old school Bill Clinton Democrats, the Clintonites
Yeah.
in the party, and say, hey, fuckers,
Yeah.
okay, do you want this or do you want that? Where you're looking at the Mandami kind of wing
Correct.
of the party, which is absolutely unwinnable. Absolutely fucking unwinnable. If you actually take a look at some of the polling data on like how do people feel about like socialism, it's bad. you know? you cannot actually take the presidency on a minority of a minority. you know?
That works in about four places around this country
Exactly.
where you have enough people who. Pat, I'm going to say it this way, and I think you'd probably agree with me here, right? I do not think, and nor do I think it's ever been the case, I do not think that socialism is a platform that is overwhelmingly supported by the people who it's supposed to benefit the most in theory. I
No, they
don't.
don't understand it.
Don't
You
understand it.
seen those fucking TikToks and shit like that. It was like, tell me about social. Oh, it's about getting together and going to the game, blah, blah, blah. It's like, well, how do you feel about small business? Oh, I love it.
Okay. Tell me more.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I think that basically it's an ideology that exists in a series of
The downwardly mobile.
no of faux intellectuals of
Exactly.
basically
Yeah.
it exists in a group of people who have education
Right.
and through that education believe a certain thing and are willing to it's absolutely amazing, Patrick, who are willing to blatantly overlook the words of everybody who suffered through it.
Oh yeah, totally. Oh my God, that's terrible. Lately, you see Hassan Piker do that thing with his mouse suit and shit. You
Yeah,
know.
that shit almost got me throwing something at the fucking TV.
Yeah, you saw that
It's
too,
like
huh?
you
All
fucking
right,
said
so that was
what?
one thing that did come across my radar. I was like, "What the fuck is this, man? I have one book I need you to read, man. Just one."
That's the thing is like that particular book, right? The quickest way to find a socialist is to basically is that book. So
Right.
like you couldn't be if you've read that book.
If you've read this one book. Yeah. No, man, it's nuts. Um, it it'll be fun to watch just because you're gonna watch a party absolutely back itself up into a corner, on this, and then basically hand another 8 years of presidency to a dude that like is actually out there building coalitions, I mean, like, okay, so I'm not on board with like JD Vance's view on Iran. I think we should bomb the fuck out of them. You know,
With each passing day, Patrick,
I think it's time to like say like, oh, that Geneva thing, yeah, that's old. You know,
I think that
napalm is fine.
it's when you say like, well, we can't have a war crime if we don't have a war.
We can't have a war crime if we don't have law. Yeah.
Right.
I'm there with him, with Trump on that, man. But watching him like straddle this a little bit and say, oh, well, yeah, we don't want fair wars, blah blah blah. Like, you're watching him move to the middle already.
Yeah.
Knowing that he's going to be able to actually pull in all of red team.
Yes.
Yeah. So by doing this and actually like basically like tiptoeing around Tucker and bringing Megyn Kelly back into the fold, neither one of their audiences really matter. I mean, he did fucking Rogan last week and nailed it. So
he nails everything.
he does. Yeah,
this is the thing about JD Vance is his. All right,
nailed it, dude. I watched that whole fucking thing, and people were trying to like clip snippets from it. Oh, this is where he differs from Trump and stuff. Like, yeah, that's the fucking point. This guy is actually playing 3D chess.
Well, and that's the thing is the things that you're clipping are still dunks from the free throw line.
Totally.
Right.
Yes.
This is the so JD Vance is all right. There's a weird combination of genetics and intelligence that come along with this guy. Where no, I've said this before. Where it's like,
yeah, I'm coming around to your point of view.
Where the thing is, JD Vance is not a hideous man, but he is not a pretty man, and there is a this
he
is
leans into it.
that's the thing. This is so. I say this every 2 years and 4 years when we have Olympics is every season comes by and they'll put the cameras out there and they'll go out there on the track meets and you'll see these girls out there who are stunning, right? But they're just one fucked up nose away from being a supermodel. And you're like, I get it. So your fucked up nose and teeth are the difference between you getting up at 9, having your picture taken, taking photographs during the day, having dudes basically say like, "Oh, your photographs are awesome." Why? Because you're hot. Versus getting up at 4:30 and starting to do drills and running and doing hard shit. And JD Vance is not one of the trolls. He's not a troll to the point where it's like, "Oh, you're one of the Uglos, and you are one of us. You are
One of us.
you are one of us."
One of us.
But you're also not pretty enough to have hung out with the pretty people, right? So
yeah, but he wears that.
that's the thing is he has taken that to his advantage to the point where he's like, so if I'm going to succeed, I have to do something that other people can't. And you know what I can't be done or what can't have happened to me? No person has ever, no matter what questions, no matter what adversity, right, put me in a position where I gave a legitimately bad answer.
Yeah.
My bad answers are basically other people's stand-up fucking doubles.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's the thing. He has this point of like, I was never put into the leper league and I was never in the model league. So I had to sharpen my wits pretty hard. And anyone that goes toe to toe with that guy in terms of like, that dude has gleefully and without any reservation gone on to the most inhospitable journalistic territory, right?
He's fine.
And come out looking like a champ.
Well, he knows the game, man. He knows how to jujitsu those guys.
He absolutely does.
Yeah.
And he has that aspect of like, well, what about the racism? It's like, can I show you a picture of my Indian wife?
Yeah. Would you like to talk to my half South Asian children?
I mean, they'll be happy to hear
Look
that.
at this kid. He's cute as a button.
It's like, let me show you about this woman who I hate so much that I fucked her. and
4 times
yeah,
at
and
least.
bred
Yeah,
offspring with,
yeah, yeah,
knowing that I was leading them to a life of misery because of the ancestry of their mother, right?
yeah. Right.
That's the thing is when you get down to this guy, you're like, you would never. Again, it's never. He'd never be the dude that you look at and say like, these two guys, these are. Here's the rule: team captains can never play on the same team, right? He's never captain A and he's never captain B, but he's always picked number one,
Yeah, exactly.
right?
Yeah.
And that's
No, that's the whole like dynamic between him and Rubio, man. So you're gonna be fucking lethal, dude.
I hope when push comes to shove, I hope what they say is like, hey, we got it. We're on the same side.
Yeah, we're on the same side.
We think that one of us should be president,
I think that's what's gonna happen.
and whoever isn't, I'm going to stand with that guy.
Yeah. What job do you want, dude? You want to stay in state? Got it. Yeah. Yeah. See, that's
That
the
would be the
obvious
genius
play,
move.
man. I mean, so to be fair, there's a lot of game time left. So
Correct.
you never know. I mean, weird shit has happened during, campaigns and stuff like that, and lead ups and blah, blah, blah. But the dude's been under the spotlight for 4 years now. So
Yeah.
if there was some fucking Epstein bullshit in there that would actually sink him, it'd be out.
There's no Epstein shit.
Exactly.
There's no fucking spell potato for me. There's no fucking.
No driving the tank.
There's no driving the tank. There's no.
Yeah.
There's no.
Yeah.
He doesn't have that. He's like. Remember all those pictures that people made of you, like super double fat with weird hair? It's like, yeah, I repost those.
Yeah, exactly. And I
Yeah.
wore the wig during all.
That's what I'm saying.
Which was the Twitter post that probably went the most viral ever.
Again, that whole thing, like, if you're telling me that I have a fat face, the answer is yes.
Yeah.
So that's
Me and my guy liner. Yeah. He just owns it, man. See,
and you know
that's
what?
the thing.
It doesn't seem
And
like
see,
an act.
here's the thing
It seems
is
natural.
like,
Yes.
okay, so here's the thing about the Democrats on this thing is, all right, so like if you're in a free throw contest
Yes.
with a guy who's been nailing them from, half court and stuff like that, now's your chance to actually get some weird shit out there, to just actually try and see if it sticks.
So you're saying this is the time for trick plays?
This is the time for trick plays.
Uh,
Yeah, behind the back, bullshit, and stuff
yeah,
like that,
yeah.
just to see, like, oh, I remember Larry Bird in that series.
This is the time for the Democratic fake spike.
It totally is, man.
Yeah.
And so it's going to be an absolute fucking fist fight on that side. It's going to be fascinating to watch, but it's going to be ultimately destructive. Because you're seeing some
I
of
think
these
you have a
guys.
point. Yeah, you
Some
have
of
a
these
great
guys are
point.
coming out of the woodworks, and it's just like, no, you have no shot. He's like, well, I'm in the game because that guy's on the other side.
But you and I both know that the hardest thing to do is to be in a position where your chance of winning basically relies on the other person making an unforced error.
Exactly.
That's
But you're talking about a guy who's like, he's steeped in this now. They've been trying to do this for 4 years.
correct.
Right.
Correct. Yes. And under different. So I think that you could have put George Bush Jr. could have gotten an unforced error. Donald Trump could have had an unforced error. There's a lot of different guys that I could look at and say, like, yes, these guys have something that you can hang on them, and this will stick.
Right.
This guy is yet to cough one up.
Well, I guess the point is, if it could be coughed up, it would have been.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. That's sort of. It's hard to get that when the dude is like a 9-time Gold Glover. That is his.
Yeah. It's not his first time at the fucking home run derby. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. That's the thing is, he's never going to hit 75 in a season, right?
No, but he'll be at every game.
He's going to hit 32. He's
Right.
gonna end the season at 315.
Well, and see, this is my point about like the midterms with Donald Trump. Donald Trump don't give a fuck about the midterms. And so basically he's going to open up a lane where JD Vance, like regardless of how it turns out, JD Vance wins on this. So Donald Trump bombs the fuck out of Iran. It might take 6 months. It might take a year. But eventually they're going to be like, fuck this. We're fucking done. He can take credit for that too because
Correct.
he was right next to that dude. All right. So the whole thing goes fucking sideways. All right. So they land Marines on Carg Island. Every one of them gets slaughtered to the last man. Okay. Okay. He didn't support that. Okay. He's like, well, boss had a good idea. It didn't work out. I got a better idea, you know? And so, like, he's got himself in a position where, like, win, lose, draw, whatever,
Right.
he's
Right.
good, you know?
Yeah. He
Um,
is. Yeah.
it's fucking clever, man, you know? And of course, big orange boss man's probably got a hand in that, you know, in terms of like, hey, my boy, you know?
We are on the same team, but we do not believe all the same things.
We don't have to either, you know? It's downright like it's going to be the most interesting election season since 2016. So, you know, it really is because like the Democrat side is going to absolutely explode in craziness. So,
Well, because the loudest amongst them
yeah.
are going to be the ones who want the furthest leftist shit. And that's the stuff that,
Well, everybody's going to trend that way. You know, I mean, you'll see it from AOC, you'll see it from Gavin Newsom once he comes out of hiding.
right?
You know, you'll see it from Pete Buttigieg. You know,
Yeah, perennial winner that guy is.
exactly, but that's the point. You know,
Uh,
like everybody's going to take a shot at the line.
yeah.
So because it's basically a free throw. You know, I mean, you know,
And Newsom's not even going to run. I presume that he's actually going to run the person that runs his social media account because that's the only person that ever has something to say.
yeah, exactly. Well, and the other thing about him, like, you know, you can't win the nation from California. So you can only do that if you're a fucking Republican. And that's happened once.
Well, well, okay. So the history on this is I had to explain. I had to look up the data on this. This came up the other day um, when I was Marina and I were discussing illegal immigration, right?
Mhm.
And I was like, well, look, okay, so here's and I showed her the map, right? And I think I've showed you the map. I think I've showed other people the map of basically the electoral state division if only blank voted,
Oh yeah, it's terrible in
right?
California.
Well, now here's the thing: is when it comes down to it, right? There are some things that you'd expect and things that you wouldn't expect, right? So even California goes red if only men vote, right? Now,
Right.
again, here's the weird thing on this. So it's like, all right, so take a look at this thing. It's like, now, do you notice this section down here at the bottom where it says, and I'll quote it for you since I had to post it the other day, where it is, and I quote, take my glasses off to read this. The reason I didn't break down the POC vote into various groups by gender, ethnicity, or education is that no matter how I broke it down, it was always 100% blue. So the point on this here is like, so people can argue all day long about the different issues within the merits of illegal immigration all day long. They can talk about the moral parts, they can talk about the ethical parts, they can talk about the economic parts. When the bottom line comes down to it, the fact is simple is that the people at the top of the party simply want this because of what it does for their electorate.
Yeah.
Now, they can justify it with any reason that they want, okay? But this group wants them here for this reason. This group wants them out for this reason,
Yeah.
right? Everything else in between
It's pretty simple.
is basically how each person justifies it. Now, um,
Well, that's just for the census vote more so than anything else.
oh no, it's not just for the census vote. It's that
That's the big thing.
the electoral vote on it. So basically, it's as simple: is the less white people that you have in your state, the more likely you're going to turn it blue. Okay, that's how the numbers work out.
Yeah.
Okay, Now, in some demographics, it's getting way closer than it used to be.
Oh yeah, South Texas. Yeah.
South
Oh,
Texas, so
yeah.
basically the Hispanic vote is getting
Arizona.
dangerously close to 50-50, but still
Yeah.
at this point, it's still more blue than this, right? So ultimately, here, this is like, so what I want you to know is you live in California now, okay? California used to be a red state, consistently a red state. It was,
A while ago.
well, this is what I'm saying here is like, it stopped at this point and has never shifted back,
Right.
right? And so whatever they're going to do at this point is going to be based off of keeping that electorate in place, keeping those demographics in place as much as humanly possible, just because the numbers don't lie.
No, and getting California to flip red would be a Herculean effort.
Astronomical at
Yeah.
this point.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was sort
But
of
over the years, I mean, the Republicans have flipped several states that were blue, like Florida and Ohio.
right.
Yeah. Michigan's a little bit on the cusp. Minnesota's a lost cause. You know,
That's correct.
well, that's because 90% of the people in the state live in one fucking city. You know, yeah.
Yep.
But I mean, you remember when Ohio used to be a battleground state?
They still say it technically
It's
is.
not even close. Yeah.
Like I said, they always put it on their list of battleground states, but
Well, they flipped that senator 3 years ago, 4 years ago, and he's running again this year. What's that guy? Sherrod Brown? He's fucked.
oh,
Yeah. I mean, it's just one of those things where it's like, okay, I'm sorry, man, if you're not one of those states that are influenced by, well, and the same thing was going on with Texas. For a little while they were talking about the Texas Senate race actually being in contention. Now that's basically off the table, because they put up some fucking weirdo. So, I mean, it's just, yeah, that's the whole thing, man. I mean, Democrats have to have their own Trump moment. So they haven't had it in 30 fucking years, 40 years. So not since Bill Clinton.
well, this is the thing is this is the part that people forget is that Trump won because he was seen as an outsider to both parties,
Yeah, Democrats need that.
and they don't have anybody where
Maybe
it's
Bernie, but he's too old.
well, he's too
So,
old, and he's
yeah,
never. Here's the thing: is
his message is bullshit.
he
So,
eventually aligned himself with the party.
well, yeah, yeah. I don't know if that's enough to disqualify him at this point in time, but I mean, the point is like Bernie has never moved towards the middle. Okay, Bill Clinton did, Barack Obama did.
Yeah,
Okay,
fair enough. Yeah,
so that's what made those guys successful. Same thing George W. Bush did too. So
mm,
I mean, Trump was your consummate outsider, but all those guys were outsiders. All right, so Bill Clinton was an outsider. Fucking George W. Bush was an outsider. At that time. Remember, I mean, he was running against fucking John McCain.
that's correct.
So yeah,
Yeah,
and then the same thing. Like okay, so we get back to the insider track. All those guys are losers. So that's
right.
Kerry, that's Romney, that's McCain, then Romney. And then Hillary Clinton. That just doesn't work.
Well,
You
she's an
know,
insider who barked as an outsider.
but got called out by Trump.
Correct.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so effectively so.
yeah. She's been masquerading as an outsider for the longest time period, but she's as an insider as they get.
She was a fucking Secretary of State. She was a senator from New York. Everybody knows.
Well, yeah,
You know,
everybody knows
yeah.
that.
But I mean, and so Joe Biden is kind of the break in that because he was the consummate insider in 2020. You know, um, which was a weird election.
Weird election. So it's the only super disease that we saw in our lifetime. It's also,
Exactly.
uh, I would vaguely argue that now that I've had enough time to parse this, I think that there's a chance that one of the reasons that he won, and look, I'm not going to pretend otherwise. I still think there were shenanigans afoot. But even without that, I would argue that the biggest driving force behind that was what he was tied to. And there were people thinking, like, yeah, you know what? It did feel better back then. And if there's a
Yeah,
piece
yeah,
of that,
yeah.
going on here, then yeah,
The
that's,
Obama years, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that definitely played a role there. You know, um, yeah, but then Trump creamed him in 2024. So,
Well, kind of. I
dude,
mean,
that was a weird fucking election too.
because he ran against two people. Yeah.
Right. And, like, I mean, the funny thing is, you read some of these insider stories about it, like how bad Joe Biden would have gotten creamed by Trump, where Nancy Pelosi, like,
Yeah. Yeah.
Brutused him.
Yeah.
I think we have an episode called that.
I believe so.
Yeah. I mean, and so this next one is going to be a straight up fist fight, but, Democrats aren't bringing their best thing, because they got to have their internal fight first. And they haven't had it yet.
Well,
And if it goes that way, that Mondami side, they're fucked. They're absolutely fucked.
well, that's one of the reasons this is sort of
Well, there's nobody on the inside track.
well, they have people on the inside track, but they already lost, Pat. That's the problem here
Or
is
they're Jews. So, yeah, exactly. Which is the stupidest thing to get hung up on. So,
well, see, there goes your Sanders argument too, because
yeah, but like he's the guy who could probably like he's the guy who could probably get people to ignore that. Because all the fucking Hamas, free Palestine,
yeah.
they're not really about that. They're really about Bernie's message, you know. So,
Well, let's be real here. It's not as though the free Palestine people are exactly coming at this from an honest angle in the first place,
of course not.
right? So let's here's the thing. You can't apply that degree of logic to what is inherently a group of people who can't geographically find this fucking place.
Right, which is my point. Why they glom on Bernie pretty easy. So Palestine take back burner, to the idea of like, oh, free money.
Well, all
Yeah.
right. So
Universal healthcare.
the flip side of this here is, and this is what the prediction market absolutely cannot get here, is um, what is the likelihood of the next current thing being the biggest thing at the moment?
Yeah,
And that's something that Kelsey can't know. So,
yeah.
so by all means, there's a possibility that something in the Balkans could be the newest, biggest deal. And much like Ukraine before it, Venezuela for 2 weekends, Cuba for
Right.
4 hours. Um, it's entirely possible that Gaza is all but one of many flags in the Twitter bio that is not the biggest deal right now.
Totally not the biggest deal.
So,
You take any one of those people and you offer them like fucking universal health care. It's like, all right, so what do you want to do? Do you want to banish the state of Israel or do you want free health care? They're going to take free health care.
that's correct.
Yeah, every single time.
That's correct. And this is so. What's interesting is just that concept here, the free healthcare thing, right? I was directed to watch, and you have probably seen clips of it, or at the very least, actually you've probably seen the whole thing. Familiar with a guy named Yuri Bezmenov?
Mm-mm.
Okay, so this was a Russian journalist, KGB defector in the 80s.
Okay.
Okay. So what he would talk about is essentially he's like, well, this is what the KGB's job was, right? And he would say that only 15% of the KGB's job was spying.
Yeah.
The rest of it was all subversion,
Yeah.
right?
Counterintelligence. Yeah.
Well, not even counterintelligence, specifically about subversion, and it was about the it was about the ways that the KGB would introduce dissonance in the United States, right? And
To present to people in Russia.
no,
Oh.
No, no, no.
Oh, just to fuck with America.
Basically, yeah,
Yeah, okay.
basically to how to get communist ideology into the United States, right? And essentially, the nicest way to say it is to create a class of useful idiots who, if things were to tip over, would be the very first people against the wall. But that being said, he's talking about these things, and he's like, look, this is what we did. This is what this was all about. This is what the way that this worked out, right? And uh, the point that he made, and I was asked about this, so like, what did you think about it? It's like he had me until about minute 50, right? And then at about minute 50 was talking about like, well, what can we do about it, right? Now the point that
Wait, this is somebody interviewing him?
he was basically giving the version, once an interview, once a presentation,
Oh, okay.
right? And I got to tell you, so he's actually up there at an actual chalkboard, writing a chalk. And I was like, this is my ASMR. I'm like
Right, yeah,
hearing this sound of
exactly.
like
Yeah.
click, click, click.
His, yeah.
It's like, oh god, these sounds, man. It's like, oh,
I remember this.
so it's not just that I can hear it, I can smell it.
It comes with authority.
I was like, it's like, could you give me another one of those ditto purple handouts too?
Yeah.
But you know,
I know.
but
If you know, you know.
if you know, you know. Um, but so his argument is like saying that if we get to this point, the only way to successfully do this would be to temporarily limit. It would essentially be think about it like a terror watch list. How once you
Yeah.
get put on that list, you have certain restrictions that are put upon you, whereupon the Justice Department can act this way. I was like, this is where the man has lost me, right? And I was asked like, why? I was like, well, because our history of giving credibility to ideas by barring them in any way or presenting them as
Oh, that
dangerous
just makes him sexier.
always
Yeah.
counterproductive.
It's way
I was like, and that's what I was like, hey, the Klan used to march through Chicago every single year, and recruitment was never up. The crowds would come, they would laugh at these fucking retards,
throw fucking tomatoes at him.
and
Yeah.
that would be it.
Yeah.
They didn't have any sort of credibility until the government started trying to crack down on them. So they banned this, right? The groups that they ended up blowing up the houses of, and trying to force these guys into making them dangerous. The problem is they validated exactly what their fears were.
Yeah.
So the best thing that can happen is like this is what didn't exist in 1985.
That happened after 9/11.
That was correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. The best thing that can happen on this one here is let New York be New York.
Oh yeah, totally.
Here's the thing is let's, as of right now, there is no policy that Mondani is implementing that is not blowing the fuck up in his face
Oh yeah.
within months or years. The
Oh,
social
it'll all blow up in his face.
the socialist retard running Seattle right now who said, "Well, if you're not on board with this, you should just leave." Well, I looked at the numbers.
Oh,
They
it's
are
bad.
leaving,
Yeah.
Pat.
It's bad.
They are leaving.
Yeah.
These tax bases are departing these cities in fucking droves. And what was really interesting about it was like
Taking all the high dollar jobs with them too.
they absolutely were. And this was the shit I didn't know. Was my greatest fear, of course, is when you spread the socialist brain rot, when you get these people to leave and they re-inhabit in their new colonies, right?
In Austin, Texas. Yeah.
Do they spread the brain rot with them? And what it turned out was it is not. It is by and large not Democrats leaving these places. It is the Republicans who have said, I just can't take it anymore.
Mhm.
So it's not as though the brain rot is coming with them.
Mm.
Those people are relocating to places like here.
Yeah, no, the brain rot is concentrating.
Yes, they are going to other brain rot friendly places like Denver, right? And the surrounding communes, but the actual places where they're like, oh, but isn't this going to flip Texas? It's like, no,
No, not even close.
no.
Yeah, no.
It's
Are you
the
taking a look at your state legislature? You know?
yeah, they go a little bit far. Like even to me, like there's a shit where
It's like you get 3 seats, man.
I was surprised. I thought it was actually uh, incidental Democrat spread, but I was like, no, that's actually
No,
not
this
what's
is why,
happening.
like like you get Lauren Boebert reelected in a brand new fucking district after you absconded from the previous one, but now she represents Cherry Creek.
It's just not.
Because where all the Republicans like fucking fleed out of Castle Rock, man. It makes complete sense, dude. I mean, personally, I think Denver's going to be fine, dude. I mean, Denver's going to recover faster than fucking Seattle will,
Oh,
from this shit. Yeah,
yeah.
I mean, it's just
The Seattle has more true believers.
well, that's because they can afford to fucking live there. I mean, Denver's like real estate market is collapsing as we speak.
Did
So,
they do it to themselves?
oh yeah, totally.
Okay.
Yeah, totally. You know, yeah, you go down to, fucking Cherry Creek or Vista Ridge or whatever it is, and okay, everybody's building down here, and they're all fucking Republicans. So they'll sit here and they'll launch bombs at the state house from this part of the state, thank you, and they'll leave the People's Republic of, and, fucking Denver proper and Fort Collins to their own light. But yeah, I mean, you still have to drive through fucking Loveland to get there, you know, or not Loveland, what's that other city? It's Longmont. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Fucking
So,
Cowtown. Come on, man. Yeah, Denver will be fine, man. I mean, it'll get hoisted on its own petard, but like, like, but I mean, so you're not fleeing Seattle because of, the politics if you can afford to live there, because it is a nice fucking place. I mean, Denver's all right. Ain't Seattle, you know.
it's not. I mean, it is not so much in the same way like Portland here is like it's great if that's what you want.
Well,
And
and
I
if
would
you can
argue,
afford to put up with the bullshit, whatever. The
right?
same thing's true with LA. That's LA is always going to be that way.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, because it's fucking LA. So
Well, and this
if you
is
got enough cash to write it out, you write it out.
the same
So
argument I make for San Francisco. It's like San
totally.
Francisco is San Francisco because you can't move anywhere else. That's that.
There's only
If
so
you
many
want,
houses in the Tenderloin. I mean,
Tenderloin is not the place to think of. The Castro is the place.
Castro. There you go.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Yes.
but I mean, it's just all going to pan out because it means that you're going to concentrate the idiots in certain places. But
Oh yeah.
I mean, like think about it. You just concentrate yourself into one vote. All right, so Denver just had their like representative primary, and so apparently we're going to add a new member of the squad thanks to Denver. Okay, so that's one of six out of 435.
Yes.
All right, you're just concentrating the retards. I mean, you're not
You are.
growing the thing. You know,
And to be fair, let me also specify this in the FCC rules of fairness. I am in no way giving any kind of blank check or permissiveness to that equal amount of retard on the right. I want to make that patently clear.
that does exist.
They
Yes.
do
Yeah.
exist. They're just as annoying. They're just not quite as loud right now.
No, they're geographically dispersed.
That's correct. Yeah, that is correct.
So I'm sorry, you're representative from Hazard County.
He exists.
He exists, but he's irrelevant.
He's irrelevant, and a lot of his speeches, they don't say the quiet part completely out loud, but he does say, on regular basis, it's like, well, we need to protect ourselves from, those people.
Right?
Care to elaborate? No, and I won't be taking any
No,
questions. Yeah,
no.
and that's exactly how their county wants it. I get it. Pat, was Hazard County a diverse place?
No, it was not. The bad guys were white.
You're correct. Um, so does anybody like? Can we bring up what was on the hood of that car or the?
Yeah. Oh, fuck.
Oh, you want to talk about?
It's just gonna be fun, man. I'm gonna sit back, grab some popcorn this time around because quite honestly, I mean, the guy to watch the next year and a half is Trump. So, and what
Yeah.
he decides to do, I mean, because he's basically got a free hand at this point in time. He seems really mad at Iran.
Yes.
I mean, like almost unnaturally mad.
You know what? There is a curtness to his tone whenever the topic of Iran comes up. Yes.
Yeah, it's gotten worse the last couple of weeks. Deservedly so, them fuckers. So,
Any particular reason that you're referring to them as them fuckers?
no, I guess we always knew this, but I mean, to be fair, he's right. Like, so I've known a lot of guys who rotated in and out of the sandbox over the years.
Yeah.
They weren't shooting Iraqis. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And, this whole thing about like, oh my God, oil prices, fucking will adjust. We always have. I mean, that means you're going to go poke more holes in the ground up in North Dakota. Got it. No problem. The fucking refineries are in Houston, not our problem. Fucking Europors, your problem. You know,
And if it really
and
is a
if you
problem,
think he gives any shit about Europors at this point in time, you have not been paying attention.
not the slightest, but also I would make the point of like, well, guys, if it is a problem,
Yeah.
well, I mean, you don't have to cross an ocean to go deal with it.
No, no, no. It's right. It's right over there. Yeah. But
I
none of them have any kind of like military projection power at all. I mean,
boy,
Britain,
is that
dude,
oh
like the
God.
Royal Navy, like sent a ship down to like protect Cyprus because the Iranians launched a missile there. It's a boat.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. And it's kind of one of these things. Is like, all right, so obviously none of you guys are gonna do any shit about this. But to be fair, I mean, despite the internal like domestic pushback he's got them by the short hairs. Okay, so any kind of fucking boats that come out of there that like from Iran is like yoink, you know,
Well, you've got
turn
one
around.
resources.
Yeah,
It's
I
like,
know.
well, turn
And they're
around.
not even doing that in the Persian Gulf. They're doing that in the Indian Ocean. I mean, he's got them. Like, and the whole thing is like, well, the Chinese will, oh, we're going to send a tanker through, and they'll pay their Bitcoin to get through and stuff like that. But if he actually bombs the shit out of that fucking island, he can't get no oil out of it. He ain't got no gas in it. I mean, he's really got him by the short hairs, and I think he knows it. So
I think he wanted this to be over by now.
I totally, I think he totally wanted them to Venezuela up. Where everybody's like, "Oh, cool, thanks. We got it now, boss." Kind of thing, which is apparently what's going on in Venezuela. I don't have
Oh,
a complete, view of that, but you don't see too much weird shit coming out of there. So okay,
you do not, and more.
dude, if there was weird shit going on there, the New York Times would be all the fuck over it. So, and they're not. So,
They're not. I mean, that's the thing is they do have they do have their anti-Trump plants there, waiting for anti-Trump news to come up. But
oh, totally, it'd be on the wire tomorrow.
it absolutely would.
Yeah.
But the big news out of that is that thing that they said wasn't happening is actually happening. So the American companies
Yep.
are now working down there, which
Yeah.
is what always wanted to be the case.
Well, yeah, they stole the shit. So, yeah.
That's correct. And so the argument of like, well, what you wanted to have happen isn't happening, ergo it's a failure. It's a actually no. So these
Yeah, I'm
these
sorry. If it was
companies,
a failure, you'd be putting that in my face every single fucking
that's
time.
correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, so obviously, yes, that would have been the best case scenario, but quite frankly, like if he's going to ride out the next 2 years on this, he can just fucking sit on them, and okay, so we do this under the table footsie thing with like
Yeah.
fucking 100 Days War, blah blah blah. Whatever. He can play that game all day long. You know. He's got it figured out, and quite honestly, do we care if the Middle East is actually that relevant to the United States anymore? No, and he's basically dismantling that piece by piece. At this point in time, with pretty decent like strategic foresight that very few people are like willing to give him credit for, but I will, because I kind of see it as like, well, actually it would probably be pretty good if nobody was reliant on this fucking bottleneck straight, you know, because then they can't use it against anybody else, and those guys still want a fucking bomb, which they're going to drop on Tel Aviv the first 5 minutes they get. Yeah, actually, this is cool. Yeah. But nobody's willing to give him credit for it, you know. So fair enough. We'll see how it turns out, man. Might blow up in his face. You never know.
It could, but
Good.
as it stands, I mean, so here's ultimately the ramifications of it is as of right now, and like you said, this could change. This could I would make the argument at this point. Well, you've gone ahead and dropped all the ordinance here. Now, clearly not all the ordinances. It's not. This is the fucking Doritos commercial. Crunch all your wants, will make more.
It kind of
If
is, yeah.
if we were in the situation where we were out, because this was the turn I was seeing on this. I couldn't believe this was. We spent so much ordinance on Iran that we can't defend ourselves from China right now. It's like this is the most fucking ludicrous shit that
Yeah.
I've ever seen people trying to peddle. But the
Nobody gives a fuck about China.
you know what?
So,
Here's what I'm finding. They're a fucking joke.
well,
I don't mean that entirely from like start to finish, but I mean in terms of
yeah.
this. I think there's been a lot in the past 10 years to dismantle this boogeyman on the other side of the world that is somehow harvesting fucking moon wheat while the rest of us are over here banging two sticks together. I was like, fuck off with this shit.
No,
This,
that's been played out, man.
Jesus
No,
Christ.
you even see it in like like I watch a lot of like geopolitics podcasts and stuff like that. Even then, it's like it's the same five guys who are beating the same five drums over the years, but it's like, wait a minute, you've been doing this for 30 years now. Okay. This whole idea that China is actually bent on taking Taiwan, like you kind of calling their bluff, and they kind of know that it's like, it's actually not that big a deal. We're just here to fuck with the neighbors. I mean, you just scoop the poop and throw it over the fence every now and then. But no, I'm gonna burn his house down. Yeah,
Pretty much.
yeah, exactly. But I mean, it's also like this very Asian thing, where it's all about like looking tough in the face of adversity.
Yes,
Yeah, but also at the same point in time, hey, we do business. You know?
that's correct.
Yeah, let's
Yeah,
just everybody be cool. So yeah, we're gonna puff up against the Japanese every now and then. They'll puff up against you. We're gonna elect a new prime minister. Okay, so fine. You're gonna like build a little bit of military. That's fine. I know you're not coming over here. You know you're not coming over here. But we can sit here and like you know talk shit over the fence a little bit, and everybody in America's like, "Oh my God, it's gonna be World War fucking three," you know? And it's like, no, 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 man, that's not this game.
it's not. And I
It's
mean,
not the game. Yeah,
ultimately, the proof of this,
they haven't done it over the last 30 years. That's your proof, right there.
well, that okay, so that they haven't done over the last 30 years here, and if they were the people that we thought they were, okay, what China would be doing right now is either trading for or annexing parts of fucking Russia because
Right.
they are so ridiculously stretched thin in every possible
They got
capacity.
nothing over there, man. They got nothing. Dude, that's the thing that's the thing that could blow up in Trump's face in the next like 6 months or so. I mean, dude, that war is so fucking bad. It is terrible, dude. I mean, I still tailgate that one on Telegram. It's bad. You know, like Ukrainians have been sending drones after like what is it called? It's like Blueberry or something like that. It's basically Russians' version of Amazon. They've
Oh,
been blowing up
oh,
all their
oh,
warehouses so people don't get their fucking flip flops, within a day and a half.
bro! If you're talking about how to get people involved, this is how you do it.
Who knows, dude?
But yeah,
I don't
no.
understand it anymore. But Russians actually launched a new offensive. What was it, a month ago? Smashed. Nothing. Got nothing. Ukrainians are blowing up all their ships on the Black Seas with drones. The Navy the other day contracted with the Ukrainians to help them develop drone boats. So it's like, okay, so you know, I mean, eventually, like the thing about it is, it's going to be like the 7 Years' War. It's just going to go and go and go and go
And
until
then it will stop.
and then it will stop because eventually leadership will change and someone will say, okay, we need to stop doing that. you know. So it's just awful, dude. So
And this is the face of things. This
hey,
is
Europe
this
reports
is.
are like, oh my god, they're going to attack us.
Oh
You
yeah,
know?
yeah.
Yeah. It's like, all right, so they'll make it what, 2 miles into Poland on the first day, and then they'll be 30 miles into Russia on the next day.
Yeesh. Oh, Jesus,
Come
I
on,
know,
dude.
I know.
No,
That's what I'm saying.
that's not stupid, man.
If China was who they thought they were, they would have already been making deals for like, hey, we'll help you out with this. We'll
Yeah,
give
give
you
us
this. We'll
Siberia.
give you. Oh,
Yeah.
it looks like you need troops, and um,
They haven't sent a single thing.
it's like no, they have not, and it would
Yeah,
be
the
done in
Chinese have
exchange.
been banging the Russians left and right for everything from fucking, ponchos to aircraft parts,
Oh, look,
just absolutely soaking them alive.
listen, man, they're already prying the fucking fillings out of their teeth.
Oh, yeah,
So I mean,
dude.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's.
It's like, well, good on you, China.
But what they haven't done is annex their shit, and
No,
that's
no,
if that's who they thought they were, that's what they would be doing.
they're not doing that, man. So, and it's the whole thing, like all this China doomerism about their, like real estate market imploding and blah 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 and stuff
Yeah, that
like
is
that.
a problem.
It is a problem, but they're going to weather it. Okay, so you talk about a nation that's been able to survive like horrifying situations for 1,000 years.
Oh,
They'll be
this is true.
they'll
Yeah.
be fucking fine. They'll figure it out. Okay, does that mean they're going to invade Taiwan next week? No. Does that mean they're going to invade Russia next month? No. Does that mean they're going to nuke Guam next year? No. All right, they're just going to do what they do. They've always done that, man. So, that's the other flip side of this. Oh, they're going to collapse and everybody's going to fall into starvation. No. Okay, come on, man. Dude, they know how to manage their shit. They have no interest in anything that's not in China. you know,
Well, this is
you know, all this like Belt and Road shit, that was just ways for them to make money outside of China. You know,
that did not seem.
no, but I mean, the whole thing was that they would like set up a port in Djibouti or whatever, and they would like sign this contract with the local government, but then they would send all their own dudes so they could be employed, over there building that shit, and then they came home. Okay, it was a great big like money laundering thing. It wasn't like this whole thing where we're going to control all of Africa. It was like, no, dude, that was just like local contractors actually banging money out of the local government. Okay, so come on,
I could buy it. I mean, this.
dude. That's what it is. That's what it is. All the doomerism about them, like we're gonna make our way all the way to Prague, so we have fingers in Eastern Europe and stuff. They sent their own guys to build the shit there, so yeah, it's just an employment project. Their whole navy is an employment project. None of their boats have a range of more than 1,000 miles, so they just build fucking ships. Because
That's
it keeps people alive, keeps people fed in the fucking ports. That's all it is, dude. So, and so, yeah, just leave them be. They'll be fine. Yeah, they're gonna steal your IP and make fucking copies of all your shit, whatever.
as they
Yeah,
have done for the past 2,000 years.
exactly. Yes.
So the
So yeah,
ultimately, I'll say it this way. Um, they are exactly the people that my mother said they were, and
dude,
they will be that way tomorrow.
they're fucking Americans. Is what
Well,
They
to
like
a point.
malls and Crocs and fucking, like cheap food.
They do. Well, again, it's that
They're the closest related to any people on the face of the planet. They're the same as us. They like their kids. They like their house. They like their fucking car.
but Patrick, so are all people on this planet that have been exposed to it. This is the
Exactly.
this is the thing is if you're worried about what it is that infects other countries,
Right.
right? And as the super enlightened of you know of Europe have discovered by visiting it,
Mm-hmm.
right? When it comes down to it, they say, here's my big question: is there anything here about Scotland that is so amazing, except for the fact that it's in Scotland? And they watch this other
It's full of
place.
Scots.
They right. Well, that's. I mean, you always have that argument. It's sort of it's the clerk's argument. It's like this job would be great if it wasn't for the fucking customers. In the same
Yeah.
way, uh, it's like Scotland would be fucking great if it weren't for the fucking Scots.
Yeah,
There's
exactly.
a component of this where because it's like, well, we did this to ourselves, right?
Right. Yeah.
But we are Scots.
Right.
We can't stop being Scots,
It's
right?
kind of baked in the cake.
This is the
Yeah.
problem
Right.
here is
Yeah.
either I have to get rid of you,
Right.
which also means I have to get rid of me.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. We're not going to
Right?
do that. Yeah. We're not going to do that. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's sort of like, well, you have to accept that other places, by merit of not being you, could be you, but are not you. You either have to accept it's that double edged sword of like we either have to recognize that we've been the problem all along, or just accept that other places just have it better.
Right. Yeah.
Because that's the it's like so. Well, what do you have to do? It's like, well, we have to. This is going to sound ridiculous. We have to literally get out of our own asses and presume that we're not better than other people by merit of our land having been inhabited for a longer period of time.
Yeah. Too many Romans.
Are you willing to do that? I'm absolutely not
Absolutely
willing
not
to do
willing to
that.
do that. Yeah. No.
No,
No. No.
no.
I'd rather just throw rocks at you. So.
It's like, well, we're gonna hang out then and wait until they annex us. Is that's sort of the weird part because like you and I talked about it is like America, this for those at home, this is a line that points upward.
Yep. Line go up.
European Union, tied at this point. This,
Still.
virtually a
Same.
straight line.
Yeah. Poorer than Mississippi. Sorry, guys.
I hate to break
Mississippi's
it to
not a
you.
bad place.
It turns out that Mississippi
It's
actually
pretty
had.
nice.
It turns out that they had like a team of straight up ass kickers, no excuse takers, come into that state and fucking turn it upside down.
Yeah.
This is like Bill Maher had to say this the other day. He's like, so do you know what California's ranked for education?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's like, do you know what Mississippi is? They're number 7.
Yeah, better than California.
He's sitting there pointing out all these things. Like, we're supposed to be the representatives of this. It's like, but I can get my solar installed 2.5 years earlier than I can in California.
Right.
You know how soon I can have it installed? The minute I buy it.
Yeah. I don't need an HOA to approve. So, fucking, historical preservation permit.
Fuck, dude. And again, it's like so yeah. If you're gonna do that and you're gonna be like, well, how can they live on one landmass here where they have essentially 50 separate countries, right? Where it's all the same unit. I can go to one state and see the biggest canyon on the fucking planet.
Oh yeah.
Drive this far and
Right.
and it's like this.
Buy a gun. Get some beaver nuggies.
And if I don't think the rules are quite fair here, I can move and not have to learn French to do it.
Right, yeah. Yeah, I don't need to pick up 2 extra languages in order to leave.
Yeah, dude. And that's that to me. That's the fundamental. Like, what's the big difference? Between United States and China. It's going to be that. It's going to be that
Yeah.
that whole the freedom movement thing is kind of a big deal.
It is kind of a big deal, but we're looking at it from the outside. Is the thing that I know about China that's become more true, even after watching the China guys for years now, is that people who grow up and live in China love fucking China.
Yes,
So,
yes, they
and
do.
yes, and that's what makes them our brothers in some respects. Because people who grow up in the United States, except for if you go to Bowdoin College, whatever, you learn to love the United States, man. If you grow up in England, you have an affinity, but at
Right.
the same point in time, you come over here and you get yourself a little beaver nug action. You're kind of like, wait, why don't we have this at home? So,
I would, okay, I would venture to say, okay, this
maybe
is,
England is not the best
no, I think
example.
England is a fantastic
Yeah,
example. And I'll tell you why. Okay, so this is the thing that I genuinely believe about the United States, right? And all of this is driven by like poll data, right?
yeah.
Now, we do not teach history the same way that we did when you and I were younger,
No,
okay? Now, I'm not saying that is very different from China. They have
they do their own thing.
they do their own thing. You drink the Kool-Aid early and often.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah,
ultimately, they do have ways of punishing you if you don't. Now, what I will say here is, so when you go to that poll and it's going to say, what percentage of this country are proud of America?
76%.
Well, it's going to say lower. Okay? It is going to say lower.
Oh, I thought I saw that recently. It was pretty good.
No, it is lower. Okay. Now, what I'm going to argue is, I would say roughly 90% actually do. I would say that there's
Oh, yeah,
a good 40% of people who think it's the right thing to say that you don't. But if you get down to it, they do.
they do. Yeah.
And I'm not doing this from a state of like, wow, this is amazing, blah, 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 blah. I understand. I have very different feelings when it comes to other people in terms of like, yeah, but what about this? Wasn't this bad? It's like, no, it was good by the terms of the time.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Graded on a curve. Yeah.
And I'm willing to accept that.
Exactly.
I'm willing to accept that as good now, as of it being good then, but it doesn't make it right. It's sort of a weird mix, but I honestly
It's
think
also water under the bridge, man.
well past out of anything I
Well
could do
past.
from it.
It's a bit way out in the bay
Like
now.
I'm not going to sit here and say like yeah, but what was the Louisiana Purchase? I'm like
Yeah, but
good at the
nobody in
time.
America like turns around and says, you know what was great was like 1862. We need to go back. And see, that's the thing that you get from people who are English.
Right.
It was like, the best time was like 1912.
That's
We should
exactly
go
what
back
I'm
to that.
saying.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
you see
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
point.
Yeah.
Is
I got your
there are a lot of people in their perspective who accept like, oh no, the sun set on this empire quite some time ago.
point. Oh, yeah. No,
It's like oh,
no, no.
it's like we used to have everything in every time zone.
Right. Yeah. Everything was colonized.
But I think that that's quite different.
It is. Yeah.
Where I do think that there's a lot of people who again it's again I just hung out with San Franciscans. They are and they aren't what you think they are. They are just, for the most part, a lot of these people are look left and right first before they tell you what they actually think.
Yeah. Before they ask you for a cigarette. Yeah.
Correct. Which makes them human, but it means they're hostages. And that's
Yeah. It's okay. Blink once if you need a smoke.
the same thing goes with who's watching me fill out this YouGov survey. You're just hostages.
You
That's
hostage.
all you are, man. I get it. I totally get it. I understand that there are some true believers. But the rest of you, and this is exactly how it's explained to me, I said, like, you're just a bridge away from downtown.
Right.
Yet it feels like on the south side of this bridge, I died. On the other side of that bridge, it felt like I died but did good things with my life. And the people on your side, she's laughing her ass off. He's like, the referendum came up. They voted on whether or not to bring the BART, which is their transit
Yeah, yeah,
system, to this area. They all said
yeah.
no.
No.
Why? Because that would bring poor people through our area.
You're right. It gives them an outlet.
And we said overwhelmingly no.
And especially if you're going to raise my taxes.
That is correct.
Yeah.
Those, Patrick, are not true believers. They're hostages.
All right. Well, best to you, hostage.
All right.
America.
Just
And the rest of us are rooting for you.
just do me a favor. Just blink twice if you want us to help. And
Not through Amazon.
right.
I got to bring these in person.
All right. All right.
All right. I'm Pat.
Hey, congratulations, Pat, on the new cats.
Yep. New kittens.
I will expect pictures the next time. I'm Jeffrey.
All right.
Yes.
In the butt.